Welcome back to Speed Doxathon 2024. I am back here with organMike, bringing us Ultima III Exodus. organMike, say hi.
Hello, hello. I'm happy to be here. Hopefully this will be a good time. Anyone who's familiar with Ultima III Exodus will look at this and say, hey, that looks different. I'm using Void Dragon's patch, which makes it look nice and pretty in VGA and gives us the lovely music. I've asked chat to see if there's some names they'd like characters to be. So first thing we need to do is create 4 characters. So we'll start there. You might also notice this Start a New Game option, which is a really nice option. Unfortunately, we can't use it. I will explain why afterwards. We need to organize a party first, because this is a party game. So we have a completely empty register, and in fact, if we try to journey onward, it says no party, and no party is a sad situation. So we will create a character. Entry number 1. Our first name I see is SDAT. Alright. SDAT shall be, for anyone who's curious, we do have options of male, female, or other. Game is from 1983. Get with the times, anyone who complains about pronouns. This character is fuzzy. We also have a human, elf, dwarf, or bobbit. Bobbit because H is taken up by human, and also because the Tolkien estate is litigious. We also have fuzzies, which are basically Ewoks. And we need this character to be a wizard. Now we have 50 points to distribute, as it says right there. We can distribute a minimum of 5 and a maximum of 25 to every stat. Intelligence provides magic points, and we want our wizards to have as much magic points as possible. Dexterity provides chance to hit. Wisdom and strength are dump stats. Fantastic. So that's one character created. Entry number 2, we have Sir Taffy. I can see you, chat. Sir suggests male. Also a fuzzy wizard. 5, 15, 25, and 5. Create a character. Entry number 3, we have that. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. That seems like a good other. This is going to be a druid character. Druids are 5 and 5 and 20 and 20. Druids use both intelligence and wisdom. They use both wizard and cleric spells. And the way they determine their magic points, they get half of whichever is higher. So if you had 20 intelligence and 5 wisdom, they'd have 10 magic points. If you had 20 wisdom and 5 intelligence, they'd have 10 magic points. But druids also get double magic point regeneration, which goes up to the point of half of the other stat. So if I had 20 intelligence and 10 wisdom, they would get double regeneration up to half of 10 wisdom being 5 magic points, and then get single point regeneration from there on up. This way, they get double point regeneration all the way up to their maximum of 10. Down, the last one is entry 4, Gudikus. Let's round out with female. I have no idea who these people are. So, hopefully I'm not insulting anyone. 5, but that is supposed to be a 5, not a T. Thank you. Fingers, please be in the right place. We shall examine our register. We have 2 wizards and 2 druids. Stat, Sir Taffy, some Rider, and Gudicus. We shall form the party, because it's just not a party if it ain't formed. And that is our group. Now they have nice little red stars next to their name. It's so pretty. All right. And if we want here, we can also look at a character. There's a full indication of their stats. And we can terminate them, which we don't want to do. We can disperse the party, which we might do later, depending on how I'm doing this. The other thing that the game gives us a couple of hotkeys that aren't present. But I will explain all that as we go. Anyway, we're going to get this party started. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, let's roll. First thing we do is we're going to go south 17 squares. Easy to count because my wizards are gaining 1 magic point every step. We're going to go in here, don't step in the lava, and we're going to start the grind. Enter the dungeon, we're going to turn off the volume. You can hear the music, but it turns off the sound effects. Because if we don't turn off the sound effects, you'll hear this every time oops. Cleric B. Every time I go to open a treasure chest. You don't need that. So, it's also much faster. Hello, game. There we go. So yeah, there are 6 treasure chests in this little room that I've made my way into. I'm going to open them. I know where they are. If you want to see what a dungeon looks like, it looks like this. So, we're going to hand weapons. We'll take a little time while the druids recover magic points to readjust where the armor is. We'll cast Apar Unem a couple times, and then we will use Wizard Spell E to get out. That moves us up a floor in the dungeon. Since we're on level 1, it moves us straight out. Leather. Okay, leather armor for 3. I have over here a tablet. This is my stylus. I'm writing down when they pick up armor or weapons because it's easier than trying to remember when I go to sell it. The main reason I'm doing this right now, the main reason I'm using the updated version, the patched version, despite the fact that it invalidates this run for a record or anything like that, is because we get the music. I've been trying to figure out a way to get this to be part of my marathon runs, just because it's more interesting, I think, than playing on the CGA mode with the with no music and just silence and darkness. I hate having to be interesting all the time. There we go, leather armor. And out we go. We can do this up to 40 times. Actually, we do it a lot more than that, but really 40 times is a limit to catch another situation. Two-handed sword is a nice pickup. We need a lot of money. As you can see, I'm getting 50 gold, or getting up to 99 gold. Here's a fight. We're going to use Wizard Spell A. It didn't work. Cool. Wizard Spell B is Magic Missile, which is going to be our solution for most of these early fights. Now you might wonder why I haven't been getting more fights. Very simply, when you're in the dungeon, if you're standing on a square that is occupied by a treasure chest, the game will not generate a random encounter there. So while I'm standing on these treasure chests, and that applies not just to treasure chests, but also to any other dungeon things, like I'm currently in a door, which is why I can't turn left or right. If I'm standing in a door, the game can't drop a treasure chest, so it's not going to put a random monster there. If I'm standing on a water fountain, the game can't drop a treasure chest, so it's not going to put a random monster there. Stairs, up and down. Anything like that. So, oh, an axe for Judicus. There we go. Oh. Oh. There. Yeah, the open chest spell has a chance to fail. I don't want it to because it's slower. Spells. There are 16 spells for wizards and 16 spells for clerics, and there's significant overlap in them, which is unfortunate. The spells could use a little more flavor. They go from A, which costs 0 magic points. There we go. And either immediately destroys the undead, as the Cleric A spell does, or the Cleric B spell destroys orc types. Or Wizard A spell. Did I say Cleric B? Whatever. Anyway, you get what I mean. Each spell beyond that, so starting A costs 0, every spell beyond that costs 5 points more. So you can see the Apar Unem spell, which opens treasure chests, is Cleric spell B. It costs 5 points. Magic Missile is Wizard spell B. It also costs 5 points. Those are the spells we're going to be using most often, along with Wizard spell E, which is a 20-point spell, which is the one I'm using to get out of the dungeon without having to walk back. There are some really big spells that I like. Oops. Wait. Here. But most of the time we're going to be using the bottom of the spell point list, which is why druids are so good. Because they recover magic points faster and get back to those low-level spells much more quickly. Cleric spell C is our heal spell, which is why I went for 10 magic points. Well, that and, it's faster to open these treasure chests. Good. There we go. Now this is an old game. There are keystrokes for everything. Everything's on the keyboard. So cast is C, attack is A, B is board. So get on a horse, get on a ship. You're doing both. When I talk, I don't think right. There we are. C is cast, D is descend for climbing down ladders. If you want to go up, use K for climb. Rolls. cast wizard spell A. There's too many of them, so I'm going to reload. That is one of the hotkeys that the patch adds. Simple Alt-R to reload. Otherwise, I would have had to close the game out and restart. The game autosaves. That's a very important feature that will come up later, because we're going to be doing a boat glitch. The game autosaves every time you enter or leave a map. Now, the game can't actually save where you are on the submaps. It only saves where you are in the overworld. Keep this information in mind, it will be important. Here. You also might notice where it says level 1. When I go back out to the surface, you'll see 2 moons up there. There are 2 moons in this world. They control the moon gates. More about that later. But also, when both moons go to the new moon phase, the city of Dawn appears mysteriously. It's like Brigadoon, only less musical and more magical. So it appears only when both moons are new. And that's where I want to get, because that's my next goal. That's where I'm going to steal a horse. And sell all my stuff. There are 8 phases of the moon. I can't remember where it starts, but we've got every 4 steps taken in the overworld, the second moon advances 1 phase. And every 12 steps taken on the overworld, the first moon advances 1 phase. Or 2 full moons, okay? We're going to join gold to 2 and see how much money we have. Excellent. More than 6,000 is what I wanted. Moons don't advance when you're in a submap of any type, so it's fine, but what I really want here is to get enough money to run me through, enough money and sellable items to get me through the rest of the game. A chainmail is nice. You find leather and chains in a dungeon, go figure. Yes, it is dark, in fact. That's okay, it won't be dark for too much longer. We'll be getting through this.
Is there any flexibility with your party build? Because I know you had a very specific setup. Are there any sort of divergent routes that people take, or is there pretty much just one way to play?
Well, I mean, people is just me at the moment, so if anyone else wants to join me on this, by all means, I would be happy to help out. The party, ever since I started speedrunning this, has always consisted of wizards and druids in some capacity. You could try other things, but I've found no better combination other than wizards and druids. The exact mix of them has changed over time as I've done more runs of this. With this particular grind that I'm using right here, this is the fastest way, but I've used also 3 wizards and 1 druid and used a different, safer grind. And I've used 1 wizard and 3 druids and done a very dangerous sort of grind for money. What really matters is by the end that you have a wizard capable of casting spell O, which is the rot spell. It's called Nacorp. Great. There we are. And that you have something left to clean up the mess that the rot spell leaves behind. So what we're aiming for now is 2 spellcasters with a lot of magic points. I should not have opened that chest that soon. There we go. So later on, I'm going to be spending money to raise their intelligence and their magic points. Fighters as a class are basically useless. The fighter's advantage is their ability to use all kinds of weapon and armor. Unfortunately, the best weapon and armor in the game are usable by everyone, and we need it. So having them in the party doesn't really help. Thief types are also available. They can steal treasures from over counters and disarm traps on treasures. So rather than having to cast these spells, I could just be opening them. But it's still risky. Anyone has a chance of disarming a treasure chest. Just a thief has a much better one. And using straight clerics I've thought about too. Get 25 magic points instead of 10. But it's that bottom of the list that you use so much more that makes such a big difference. So having more magic points available at the top of the list doesn't really work for speed as well. Come on, we're almost out of here. Almost out of here. It'd be faster if it would quit failing the open check. Thank you. All right, we'll do one or two more. Getting about 300 gold on average for each of these trips down. Okay, we'll go now. So it's a little bit earlier than I would normally go, but of course I could run into overworld monsters here. You can see them on the map. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we wait here. We'll go one more step south so you can see Dawn appear. There it is. We go to the town of Dawn. Oops. Game buffers inputs, and I've only just started double tapping. Okay, we're gonna sell. I'm gonna sell a chain, leather, and as much cloth as I've got. And that's why I take notes, because the game kicks you out of the selling dialogue when you try and sell something you don't own. So I take notes so I don't have to do that multiple times. EDCCBBBB. You get to hear the beginning of this lovely shop music. There we go. Now we've got some money. We're going to go to the guild shop. We're going to need keys. We will need... Let's get 10 keys, because I'll show off killing a Lord British, too, because that's fun. Yes, we need some gems, 6 of those. Yes, we need some powders, 10 to be safe. And then this is the stables. Horses cost 200 gold pieces per party member. We're just going to go in the back and talk to the merchants. You know, sometimes you can convince the merchants to hand you over something. These ones just say, eat death scum and attack you. And the fun thing about the guards in this game, they don't care who started the fight, they still come after you. Like, very clearly, we're in the right here. We're just gonna take a horse. We're gonna stand here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 steps there means all the guards get stuck inside the weapons and armor shop here. Hostile creatures move directly towards you in a beeline, so they're stuck in here. Or they're stuck in here. There's one. There's a guard right here. That guy. If he catches us, we're basically dead. There is no escaping a fight once it starts in this game. You have to finish it. Anyway, we're out to Caesarea. Now we've got a horse. Oh, we're going to hand all of SDAT's food to Gudicus. There we go. We're on a horse now. So SDAT is slowly starving. This is the castle of Lord British. We'll be back here later. It's fine. We're going to unlock this door. This guard is not hostile, but will follow us in a beeline. You notice SDAT every so often is starving. That's fine. Now remember, I talked about the game auto-saving. So the game auto-saved when we came in here. Just need a quick drink. The game also autosaves when a character's status goes to dead. So we're going to attack this guard. And we're going to have SDAT stand out on the end of the gangplank there. And get killed. Now the game autosaves, we reload, and we have a boat. That's a boat glitch. So the game needs to know when it saves whether or not we're on a boat. Because if you were to save in the middle of the ocean, oh, go away, whirlpool, go away. Come on, wind. Wind. The wind moves and changes in real time. Very frustrating. I don't want that whirlpool to hit me before I can get into the town. There we go. The whirlpool moves in real time and the wind changes in real time. Both of those can be dangerous. Anyway, the game auto-saves our position on the outer map, and the game saves the fact that we have a ship, that we're on a ship, but it doesn't save our location inside. So we're going to resurrect. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, I won't yet. I have to heal the dead body, which I haven't been doing, and hand food out. If you don't heal the body, if you don't heal the body and or hand out food, and you raise the dead character, they could actually starve to death immediately. which is a complete waste of money. Oh, okay, we'll have number 3 do it. Resurrection. Yep. 1. There we go. So in the... Oh, we get the nice... we're not dead anymore music. So it goes through a full loop. So you might have noticed in the upper right corner of every character's information sheet, there's a little G. That's not an indication of their rap status. That is, in fact, their condition as being good. Stats for a while was D for dead, but is now back to G for good. Hey, we're going to get some exotics here. This game has an other command. Oh, we're going to just dive into the whirlpool. That's fine. There we go. The game has an other command that we use frequently. It allows you to do... basically opens up a little parser. Single word verbs. So we're going to go down here. We're going to negate time with that powder we bought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 steps and do it again.
Pretty sure time negating powder is illegal in all 50 states.
That's fine. We're not in any of those states. And now we use the other command of search. Oops, what am I peering at a gem for? Because I typoed. Search. There, everyone got a card with strange marks. Only need one person to have them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But for safety's sake, because if the one person who has all those cards gets killed, then I can't finish the game. So I just have everyone grab the cards. And you can't transfer them from character to character either. Go. Why we bought all them keys. Step down here. Step down here. And we fight. Ooh, got a full boat today. Literally. This is why I bought extra powder, though. Did I ready? Yeah, I'm going to ready my exotics. That's what I got when I went digging on that little island. Exotic weapons are the best weapon in the game. They are required if you want to do any damage in the last dungeon by attacking. There we go. Get it through. If you don't have exotics, you can't actually land a blow. There's also exotic armors, which we're going to go pick up as soon as I'm done here. If you don't have that in the last dungeon, you can't get missed. So every attack will land. And that's, you know, less dire, but still not great. This is the Temple of Intelligence. So we're going to have Sir Taffy give 6,000 gold. And we're going to join all our money SDAT. And we're going to have SDAT donate all the remaining money. So like you all should be doing, donate your money. It makes you smarter, right? May or may not actually make you smarter. Offer void where prohibited by law. And there we go. Now Sir Taffy and SDAT have more intelligence. We are going to actually change the order. So Sir Taffy is first. And we need to come down here, just past that. These are forests, by the way, that block our view, but we can move through them. Go up here. What we wanted from Sir Taffy is 85 magic points. Now again, the spell Nacorp costs 70, but there's another pair of spells that we need. The spell Foul Divi is spell J, it costs 45, and gives wizards access to the entire cleric list, provided they have the magic points to cast the spell. So 45 plus 40 is 85, and the 40 point... Oh, there's another full group. Alright, here, we'll show off some big spells. Here's P. Voila. The 45-point cleric spell, Sequitu, takes us immediately out of a dungeon from wherever we are in the dungeon. That is extremely helpful as speed tech. So 85 points is what we aim for. There are other ways to get out of dungeons fast, but that is the fastest. And we're back on Caesarea. And we don't want to get hit by another whirlpool. And we will dig for our exotic armors and wear them. And now we need to go into the dungeons and get the marks. We have to go touch hot walls South wind, please. Thank you. Going to cast spell D, Door Akron, which you can notice takes us down floors. We can still get attacked by orcs on low floors. We'll stand on that treasure chest and spin around a bit, and we will see where we landed by peering at a gem. We need to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the 1, 2, 3, 4 to the east and 2. 4. We hit gremlins, so SDAT lost a bunch of food. Everybody touched the hot wall. And now we're standing in a doorway. We're going to hand some food over to SDAT for a bunch of food. Standing in a doorway, we can't get attacked, so I can just stand here. Sir Taffy hits that magic 85 point, wizard spell J, cleric spell I, and we're back to the surface. With the mark of force on our finger. Need to travel over here. This is the Dungeon of the Snake. We'll be going into here. Same thing, we'll just Door Akron our way down to the basement. Peer at a gem to see where we landed. Landed about as far away from where I want to be. I want to be in that corner right there. So we need to go 2, 2, 7, 2, 3, 2. 2, 2, 7, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And we're there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Devils, I can't beat these. We're going to reload. A fast reload, rather than having to completely... That's even further away. Now it's 1, 2, 2, 7, 2, 3, 2. Yeah, the only way to actually get out of the game is to close it. And here, we don't need everyone to touch the hot wall, just Sir Taffy. We'll do some healing while we're standing here waiting for magic points to recover. We are going to play this safe. We're going to get a couple levels, which I don't normally do. If you're going fast, you can beat the game at level 1, but it's dangerous because of your low hit points. And out we go. With the mark of snake on Sir Taffy's hand. Waiting for the wind to be cooperative, thank you. We can go over here and have Sir Taffy yell the word evocare, and we can just park this boat here. But not there. The north wind, come on. North, thank you. Park the boat there. And we'll have SDAT cast the Dag Akron spell, which moves us randomly to another spot in the world. Just completely randomly. We're going to stand here. We're going to recover our magic points. And we're going to grind on guards. Phrasing, I know. Nacorp. Nacorp reduces them all to a single hit point. Noxon attacks all targets. Look at that. That's a lot of experience. And of course, when we leave and come back in, everyone's fine. They're all cool. They don't care. It's chill. Oh, here's some wizards. Nice. Nacorp. And we won't do another Noxon. We're just going to take them out with magic missiles. Because magic missiles, of course, don't miss. And they always do some damage. What? That was what we call double tapping a keyboard button. Okay. There we go. Out. I guess we'll fight some wizards. They're here. Noxum. Boom, boom, boom. It hit them all anyway. Sometimes Noxum misses, which is why it's not totally reliable, but for cleanup. We don't need any more money, so we'll just leave that treasure chest sitting right there. Also interesting fact, monsters cannot move over treasure chests on the overworld. You can actually build a huge wall. You don't need any more experience, SDAT. Really want it to go for other 3. I move you forward. Fun fact, young organMike taught themselves to play that music on the piano. and this one. The music is by Ken Arnold, who's a programmer for Origin Systems, a friend of Lord British's. Lord British is an actual human being. His name is Richard Garriott de Caillou. Apparently a really nice guy. I haven't met him. I wonder what he would say about the things I do to his games, though. And a real pioneer in computer gaming. If you're not familiar with the Ultima series, and you are any sort of RPG fanatic, I am going to lose Taffy. That's not good. Oh, thank you. If you're any sort of fan of computer role-playing games, you owe Lord British a debt of gratitude, along with another fellow who we just lost this week, Andrew. Can't think of his name now. Shoot. One of the programmers for the game of Wizardry just died this past week, unfortunately. So, huge influence on computer gaming.
Andrew Greenberg.
Greenberg, thank you. Yeah. That's his name. Yeah, so bit of a blow. Werdna himself. Okay, we got level 3 for 2 of our characters, got level 2 for the other 2. How close are they? 166, 144. You know what? Let's just go with that. So in order to claim our levels, we have to go talk to Lord British. Apparently all the Ultima games are for free on GOG right now. So you can talk to Lord British. He gives you more hit points if you have a level. If you don't, you'll just say experience more. And the music that's playing is the Rule Britannia by Thomas Arne. There we go. We have one more. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We have one more mark to get. We'll kill these things. And it could just reload faster. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ultima 4, which is my favorite of the series, has always been free. So if you're looking for a way to get into the series, it's not a bad place to start. Everybody touch the hot wall, please. Mr. Taffy, get us out of here. There we go. We're going to go back in. We're going to peer to gem to see where he landed. Great spot to land. Hey, zombies. Why would I cast that? There we go. So you might have noticed, like, these are undead. They look like skeletons. They called zombies. We also fought, I think we fought ghouls earlier that looked like this. All land-based enemies that aren't also character classes, like fighters or rogues, they have multiple different names for the same thing. Stand on the fountain, we don't need to drink. There we go. Stand here in the doorway before we get our magic points back. Dip out. So yeah, you can find orcs, but they're also goblins or trolls. Skeletons, ghouls, and zombies are the same. These guys right here. That's what Pontori is supposed to do. It only works once per battle, and sometimes it doesn't work at all. Head down here. And this is where one of the moon gates will appear. We want that moon gate. We don't want it going to that moon. We want it going to the next moon. There we are. This is a little corridor which only has this moon gate and the other moon gate in it. Boom. This takes us to Castle Fire. We're going to actually do a little bit of save scumming here, essentially. What we're going to do is go into my game, go into my file system. I know you can't see this, but I can, and I'm describing what I'm doing. I'm going to copy the game files several times. Because the game autosaves if I lose a character. And it's very possible that I could lose a character in here. I don't want to do that, and I don't want the game to autosave me with a dead character. So I have several copies of the game now that don't have a dead character here. This is lava. If we didn't have the Mark of Fire that we just got, we would be taking a lot of damage walking through it. That's a force field. Stepping in it Means that, again, if we didn't have the Mark of Force, we would be dead. Now, we have a horse. We're not supposed to have a horse here, which is why I go through all the trouble of putting a boat there and bringing a horse in here. A horse means that we move twice as fast as NPCs. That's a dragon. We don't want that dragon to catch us. It moves on the diagonal, but I move twice as fast as it does. You can also see these random explosions. Those random explosions will sometimes land on me and do a lot of damage. I would rather they didn't, but they do. My first fight with griffins, we'll use an Ecorp and an Oxen. Take out most of them, fantastic, and finish the rest up with magic missiles. There we go. And the whole reason for the random explosions is so that we don't stand around and recover our magic points, which is what I'm doing right now. The reason I use the board command is because the game stores up to 16 steps, and using board instead of pass clears the buffer. If I use pass, if I just pass turns, then there's a very good chance that I'll get blown up like that, and I'll still have a bunch of moves buffered. That wasn't too bad an explosion. I think it does between 0 and 100 damage every time you get exploded. We're just waiting for the magic points to come back. Marathon Safety says I get levels. Runs for world record do not. So I've had runs end in here. Just, I get blown up a couple times, game over. Cool. Get to hear more of the awesome music, actually. Dragons also blow you up. And we will, in turn, blow them up. Right. Down, and one more to go. Line up and fire. Okay, 2 good dragon fights. We have to do those ones. Now up here we have the infamous floors. They're right here. Fighting floors, there's 8 of them. They don't have a lot of hit points, and they don't hit particularly hard. The real challenge is the fact that you can't see them. They're visible. Being literally attacked by the floor tiles. So what I'm looking for now is when they start hitting me. Player 2 missed, so there's one in front of player 2 or player 4. Okay, good. The way the game determines targeting. If a monster can attack a target, it will. If it can attack more than one, it will pick the target that's highest up on the list. So if you have... if it can hit character number 1 and character number 2, it will always hit character number 1. And so on. Now, if it can't hit character number 1, it will prefer character number 2. If it can't hit character number 2, it will prefer character number 3. If it can't hit anyone else, it will hit character number 4. So by putting characters 1 and 2 on the outside of the line here, I can get an idea of where I'm getting attacked from. Get my points back, because it's much easier if I start with magic missiles. Here we go. And again, the floors cannot actually walk over the treasure chests I've built up, treasure chest barrier I've built up there. Is, oh, I have 5 for 5 in this. Yes, because there's nothing there. 6 out of 7 magic missiles doing kills. That's great. We're getting close to the end. We have one more floor fight to do, and then we just have to do the last bit. Player 2's getting hit. Is it right in front of you? Nope. Okay, it's in front of player 4 then. Yeah. We've got one more floor fight to do right here. 2, 3, 4. We just lock in and miss there. Good. Okay, good. They're coming down the middle. There we are. Okay, almost at the end. We use the other command for insert. We insert those cards we got in the proper order. If you insert them in the wrong order, it just instantly kills one of your characters. Like if I put death here, boom, Sir Taffy gets immediately killed. And when I insert this last one, it is time, and it is time.
Excellent.
And that is Ultima 3. Have we got
I believe we're a little bit late on the timer, but 35:30 perhaps, or maybe 35:32, something like that.
Not bad.
Really nice.
Yeah. Do we have a little bit more time? I can go and kill Lord British if anyone's interested.
We are like perfectly on schedule right now, so I think we're gonna cut it from there.
Not
But
a
that was a
problem.
really good run. I thought
Thank
it
you.
was really cool to see the builds. I think that it was clear that you put a lot of work into this. So thank you very much for sharing this with
Thank you
us.
for having me. I love running the Ultima games. I do that. I sometimes play music on stream, so if you want to check that stuff out, come see me. If you're interested in running these, we have an Ultima Speedrunners Discord, which I highly recommend. We're all a great group of people, and there aren't enough of us. So if this is something that interests you, the games are on GOG, Ultima 4 is free, and let's come and join us and have a good time.
Sweet, thank you so much.
Cheers.
We are going to head to a break, and then we'll be right back with Quo's mystery game. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.